What up and welcome to Rama Screen YouTube channel, and here's my review of Hulu's new movie, Mr. Crocket. Let's rock this. Oh my god, this movie is bloody hilarious, and not in a rolling on the floor type of hilarious, but it's the bonkers kind, you know? And it's kind of like if Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood had a baby with Willy's Wonderland and then throw it down a flight of stairs. And this is the type of movie that you watch just to see how far and how much more crazy it would get. Mr. Crocket is entertaining, that's for sure, but it's also gnarly, outlandish, and disturbing all at once. The scares give you goosebumps, the performances are solid, and ooh, by the way, very good use of practical effects and animation to help tell the story. And it's also nostalgic with the whole VHS tapes and TV statics. This is definitely the work of somebody who grew up in the 90s and has a wild, active imagination. Written by Brandon Espy and Carl Reed, and directed by Brandon Espy, and based on the 2022 short film of the same name. In Mr. Crocket, in 1993, a mysterious children's show host, Mr. Crocket, magically emerges from television sets to kidnap young children, brutally slaying their parents in the process. After Mr. Crocket snatches her son, one determined mother embarks on a perilous quest to track down the demonic entertainer and rescue her boy. Starring Jerrica Hinton, Elvis Nolasco, Aidan Gavin, Crystalline Lloyd, and Alex Akpobome. Obviously, even though it features kids and the antagonist is a kid show host, Mr. Crocket, however, is not a movie for your kids. So family friendly is definitely not the word to describe it. But I actually really enjoy this film. It's like watching a low-budget cocktail mix of campy horror and dark comedy where everything in it is both grotesque and whimsical. And it's clear that writer-director Brandon Espy has thought everything through and crafted every last detail down to even those silly, creepy children's songs. It may not have the bells and whistles that big studio movies generally can afford, but Mr. Crocket's commitment to its own quirky freakishness, if you will, is undeniable. The striking difference between the set designs for Mr. Crockett's fantastical happy playhouse and his actual more hellish playhouse is like night and day. And nicely done, I might add. And Elvis Nolasco as Mr. Crocket is eerily sinister. Maybe it's a bit of a stretch, but I can see Freddy Krueger being part of the inspiration for Elvis's performance as Mr. Crocket. The way he pops in out of nowhere, the way he unexpectedly grabs you from the TV screen, and how his smiles just quickly turn into an expression of rage. I mean, Elvis in this movie looks like he was just having so much fun, acting absolutely demented. And finally, the film's theme of parental mistakes or parenting missteps. Yeah, it's well-meaning, but it's not all that deep and complicated either. But it is funny that this entire feature-length movie is created just to get to that obvious point. So yeah, overall I give Mr. Crocket the rating of 4 out of 5. This movie is just for those of us who enjoy watching grindhouse-esque comedy horror in which the absurdity of the concept reigns supreme.